Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Tanya Aneja and this is Market Today, a show where we'll get you to all the latest updates, stocks that are buzzing in at this point in time and much more. Well, Indian equity benchmarks Sensex and Nifty opened lower on the first trading day of this week. Sensex fell over 500 points in the early trade, while Nifty also breached Friday's low. Investors await financial results from India Inc. for domestic use, with L&T, BPCL and Bajaj Finserv due to post their earnings later in the day. Well, this is going to be the biggest week for the markets. We have Budget 2023 that is coming up, and we also have US FOMC as well. And Adani also continues to be the biggest story. Adani Group stocks have corrected sharply following a report by Hindenburg Research. The Adani Group has accused Hindenburg Research of not doing proper research and copy-pasting from the company disclosures. In an over 400-page response, the group led by Gautam Adani called all the allegations misleading. So shares of Adani Enterprises recovered in early trade today post last week's brutal sell-off. And if you see the levels at this point in time, Adani Enterprises still holding the gains, up around 4% at this point in time. We have Adani Ports as well. The stock is also trading in the green, on a flattish note, I would say. Adani Power on the flip side is down to the tune of 5% at lower circuit, trading at this point in time. And we also have Adani Transmission down to the tune of 20%. Adani Green down 18% and Adani Total Gas as well. The shares of Adani Total Gas also hit their lower 20% circuit. And NDTV also trading in the red. And we have ACC and Ambuja, who are actually holding on to the gains. But it's very important to understand that where are these stocks headed and where are the markets headed, because this is going to be a very important week for us. And to discuss this and much more, let's welcome our guest on the show today. We have with us Mr. Kranthi Bathini from WealthMills Securities. Thank you so much, Mr. Bathini, for taking the time out and joining us here on Business Today Television.
Thank you, Tanya. Always a pleasure to speak to you.
Yeah. So let's start with your market outlook only before coming to Adani Group stocks. So we have Budget 2023. An important event that is coming up. We also have US FOMC. So where are the markets headed according to you if you talk about near term?
Tanya, if you see it in a medium term, bulls are absolutely taken a back foot right now. And as and when Nifty drift down below 18,000 level, which is a significant sentimental and psychological level for the indices, whenever Nifty comes below the range of 17,500 range, always some kind of skittiness and panic. But if I have to go through the history of what happened and what we witnessed earlier, whenever Nifty comes down below this level, there is a kind of market sluggishness. And as and when some kind of positivity that comes into the market is only at 18,000 level only. So markets are completely in a range bound, if you see. And the Nifty is stuck in a range between 17,000 to 500 in the downside, and on the upside 18,200. These are the levels one need to watch carefully. And as you rightly said, the week is going to be a busy week for Indian equity markets. We have the union budget and the Federal Reserve meeting, the outcome. And out of this, we have some kind of sentimental effect because of the Adani Group news that has been hammering the market from last couple of sessions. So overall, markets are in a corrective phase right now. Bulls are taking the backseat, but markets are in a consolidation phase right now for a longer term basis. And one need to also keep in mind we are the outperforming market earlier. So some kind of time-wise correction also is evident in the market right now.
Okay, absolutely. And markets are range bound, and if you see 215 points gone now in Sensex, and markets continue to struggle actually. And if you see Nifty as well, we are trading below 60 points down on Nifty as well. So, coming to Adani Group stocks now, Mr. Bathini, I would like to understand from you that where are these stocks headed, and the kind of volatility that we are seeing in these stocks. I mean, majority of them are actually trading lower in today's trading session as well. So, how do you see the response coming in from Adani Group, and where are these stocks headed according to you?
It's $1 million question, Tanya, but I try to address in my way. First and foremost thing is one need to keep in mind these stocks have been rallied quite a lot in past 3 years. And last 1 year, Adani Enterprises, like a stock, it has outperformed the market. And in 2022 itself, the stock has given a return of around 100 around 110% return. So when these kind of negative news that surfaces, obviously there will be kind of some kind of panic profit booking that comes, and what we are witnessing last couple of trading sessions is some kind of panic selling that has been emerging in these the whole list of stocks. These stocks have been high beta stocks and outperformers when you have to compare with the broader indices and other stocks are concerned. As the management is trying to address the allegations that has surfaced in the Hindenburg research reports, markets are in a wait and watch mode right now. They're just taking a stance how the next couple of sessions these stocks are going to position, because when you see the stocks are hitting, majority of the group stocks are hitting lower circuits, so some kind of skittishness will be there in terms of the retail when to buy. And one also need to see the big event that's taking place, the 20,000 crores, the follow-on public offering that's taking place right now, how it is going to sail through. So people are in a wait and watch approach right now to take any bigger call with respect to Adani Group shares are concerned.
Absolutely. And also, Mr. Bathini, if you see the price of Adani Enterprises stock, the stock is trading at a discount to the FPO price. So, if an investor wants to invest, he can actually buy it from the market at a much lower price. So, the only way to make that FPO attractive is to get the secondary market price higher than the FPO. So, what are your thoughts on this? And also, the Adani Group CFO also said in an interview with BTTV that institutional and long-term investors will be key subscribers to this issue. Your thoughts?
Yeah, as you rightly said, the commentary that came from the management is absolutely they are going to manage the status quo, and there will not be any kind of change in the issue
Changes,
price
yes,
or
right.
the size of the, are not extending the tail.
Price
That
band,
is very much clear.
right.
Now for the retail, as the if the retail investor have a high risk appetite and the stock is available at a much discounted less than 10% of the, as today it's up, it is around 7 to 8%
Yeah.
discount available from the FPO price. Definitely, if the investor have a high risk appetite and he want to take the position of Adani Group share in their portfolio, they can take. It all depends upon, first and foremost thing is investors need to keep in mind these are the high beta stocks and highly volatile stocks. So if the and suitable for high risk appetite investors. So those kind of investors definitely they can take part in the secondary market. And while coming to FPO can be subscribed by fully subscribed by the institutional investors also. That's how we can assume the issue can sail through.
Absolutely. So, also LIC, ACC, Ambuja, these stocks are also in focus. So, do you think now is the right time to step in if you talk about these stocks?
See, for a longer term investors, definitely these are the very good, strong business models like Life
Okay.
Insurance Corporation of India is concerned, because insurance is a business with a very longer term horizon incomes. And
Right.
you can say LIC is a company which is a proxy for India's equity market because of their
Okay.
high investment in India's equity markets. And also, as India is one of the underinsured country, and as the awareness is going up and as the disposable incomes of people rises for a period of time, so these are the companies that take advantage. Right now LIC seems to be at a attractively priced. But you should not tag these stocks in a short-term point of view. Definitely, these stocks are uh, for a longer-term point of view. LIC investors probably they can accumulate in their portfolio in a staggered manner.
Okay, absolutely. And what about ACC and Ambuja?
See, while coming to the infrastructure space is concerned, there's going to be a heightened activity in the coming days with respect to the cement, steel are concerned. So, as ACC and Ambuja, we have witnessed a correction in last few days.
Right.
So, investors definitely they can, and these companies are good cash generating companies. Uh, so, investors with a longer term horizon definitely they can chip in these cement stories also. And one can exercise a staggered manner. There is no hurry to jump and buy in their portfolio. One can, in a staggered manner, they can accumulate in their portfolios.
Absolutely. And coming to sectoral moves, Mr. Bathini. So if you see the sectors, all the sectors are trading in the red at this point in time as we speak, and only one sector is trading in the green, and that is IT sector. So do you believe that now is the time to buy IT stocks, especially after the correction that we have seen so far? So do you think now is the right time to step in, or one should avoid?
Uh, Tanya, if you see, IT was, you can say a year back, IT was one of the darling of the market and it was outperforming. And post that, we have seen a consolidation in the sector. Many of the IT stocks got corrected from its peak more than around 20%. So if we have to analyze the earning season of IT stock, they are decent, and in mid cap IT stocks also there is a decent earning season what we witnessed, and and the valuations looks attractive for majority of the IT companies at this point of time. And if you have to analyze IT stocks at a longer term horizon, take into consideration of a 10 years horizon, IT was the one of the best performing sector on a longer term horizon. So for a longer term investors, definitely they can consider IT to in their portfolio to accumulate like the top IT companies as like Infosys and TCS. One can accumulate in a staggered manner. They can start accumulating IT for a longer term horizon.
Absolutely, Mr. Bathini. And talking about some other sectors, if you see FMCG, financial services, auto, metal, media, all down in the trade today, but Nifty Bank, if you see the performance there, 463 points gone on Nifty Bank, trading at 39,880 levels at this point in time, 1% gone. So what are your thoughts on this entire banking space? And if you see Nifty Private Bank, 264 points, the Nifty Private Bank index is trading 260 points lower today, 1.28% gone in this counter. So what are your thoughts, especially on private banks?
Tanya, see, if I have to look into the private sector banks and banking and financial services, you need to we need to attribute the file. One thing is the FIs have been continuous sellers in the markets,
Right.
especially in the month of Jan. Whenever the FIs turns as a net sellers, one of the sector that get impacted would be the banking and financial services. And also, what we have witnessed is we have witnessed in last 3 months some kind of outperformance with respect to the private banks, with respect to the financial services. So as the markets are in a negative territory, we what we are witnessing is last couple of trading sessions some kind of profit booking also. What we are witnessing in banking and financial services. But banking and financial services can be the linchpin for India's story. Investors can use accumulating banking and financial services stock whenever there is a weakness in the Indian markets.
Absolutely. And also, Mr. Bathini, shares of defense companies, as we were talking also. They are also in the spotlight because of the budget 2023 and with the hopes of increased spending on domestic manufacturing. So, are these shares on your radar, and any shares that you like from this pack?
Uh, Definitely, Tanya. Defense stocks have been outperformance in past 12 to 18 months. And
Great.
one good thing is they have been resilient in this market uh, sharp falls also. So the stocks and defense, as the budget is going to be, there are some kind of expectations on the budgetary allocation towards the defense space is concerned, and also some kind of infra also involved in majority of these defense companies. Stocks like HAL, any dip, investors definitely they can accumulate in portfolio. This is one of the outperforming stock in the recent past, and also Garden Reach, and even the technology based defense companies. You can see stocks like Data Pattern, any and which have come up with a very good uh, earning quarterly results for the Q3 is concerned. The stock also has been outperformed today in this kind of market consolidation phase also. Any dip in these stocks, definitely investors can accumulate in their portfolio for a longer term basis.
Okay, that's the word coming in. And lastly, Mr. Bathini, before we let you go, your thoughts on Adani Group stocks only. So, are there any stocks now available at reasonable valuations, especially after the correction that we have seen so far?
These stocks are always okay with the conventional wisdom. If you have to analyze the companies, okay, these stocks always have been looks the valuations look stretched. For Tanya, very honest with you, these stocks are for investors who have a very high risk appetite in their belly. So one can look any dip further stocks like Adani Enterprises because of the infrastructure theme they have, the airports what they operate, and also the data center businesses they operate. So one can chip into these kind of company like Adani Enterprises, which is the flagship company. Any dip in this stock, okay, one can keep on their radar and try to accumulate in their portfolio only for a longer term basis. And these are the infra stories which there will be a lot of emphasis would be given towards India's growth story.
Okay, absolutely. So that's the word coming in. And on that wonderful note, thank you so much, Mr. Bathini, for taking the time out and joining us here on Business Today Television.
Always my pleasure to share my views with you, Tanya, on your BTTV.
Thank you. Okay, so with that, and before we wrap up, let's take a quick market check. As we speak, the markets are trading lower. Sensex down over 250 points now at 59,082 odd levels. Nifty also 85 points gone there as well. 17,519 level is what we are seeing. If you talk about the stocks, let's talk about some gainers. We have Bajaj Finance, Adani Enterprises. Okay, Adani Enterprises is trading in the green. It was trading in the green in early trade as well, and we are seeing some of the gains there as well. NTPC, Bajaj Finserv, so Bajaj Twins, they are trading higher in the trade today. Ultratech Cement, some of the other Coal India as well. We have Coal India up around 1%. So these are some of the gainers that we are seeing. Infosys, Sun Pharma, Asian Paints as well. These are also among the top gainers in today's trading session. We have Wipro as well. IT stocks holding on to the gains. And on the losers side, we have IndusInd Bank, Power Grid, GSW Steel. These are some of the losers coming up on your screens. And we also have Hindalco, HUL. HUL is down to the tune of 2.5% as we speak. Bajaj Auto, these are some of the stocks which are trading lower in today's trading session. So talking about some sectoral moves, we have all the sectors trading in the red except IT. So IT stocks are performing well today, but now we will focus on budget 2023, and Adani continues to be the biggest story as well. We have US FOMC as well, and we'll get you all the latest updates. So don't go away and stay tuned. And many thanks for tuning in for now.